This is the Gower constituency, most marginal seat in the UK. It only was won by the Tories, 27 votes. Before that, it's been Labour for nearly 100 years. And meanwhile, I'll be talking to local candidate Tonia Antoniazzi.
We cannot stand by and watch Byron Davies agree to everything that Theresa May tells him to do and everything that is wrong for everybody in this constituency.
For 100 years, Gower has been a Labour seat. Even during the dark days of the early 80s, it was still a Labour seat. And that's a lesson for us, is that even though we were behind in the polls in the early 80s, where we're behind in the polls nationally now, this is a seat we can still win.
We've got to fight back. We've got to get that message out there.
Is this a good turnout?
Yeah, this is an amazing turnout. We've got, I would say, about 30 people come out to canvass today. I think the message is strong, and the message is we're standing up to the Tories in Gower, and we're going to win this election. We're not taking anything for granted this time. We're knocking on every door, and we're speaking to everybody.
How are they treating you as a woman, being the candidate for the Gower?
Well, as the only female candidate, I think it's going down very well.
Before all this happened, it looked like the logical thing to do for the Conservatives to call an election. But after the fact, it looks like a terrible idea, doesn't it? So Corbyn has done himself an enormous amount of favours in this campaign. I think he's shown his real strengths as a campaigner. I think May, who called the campaign to bolster her leadership, conversely has undermined herself, and even if she does win a majority, will find herself considerably less powerful.
What's at stake in this election is the very future of our country. We have never had such a major choice. There are two completely different visions of our country. One is more of the same, a kind of divided world, where people are not paying their fair share, where we turn our back on the elderly, where we're going to be cutting their pensions, where we're going to be making them look after, pay for their own social care.
There might be this shy Tory effect that you often hear. I think we talked about it last time actually, that some people essentially won't admit to pollsters that they're going to vote Tory for whatever reason.
Sure, one thing's for certain, we can't rely on the media to get our messages out. We need you.
The great unknown is turnout in this election. We know that people who vote Conservatives are going to vote because they're habitual voters, they're slightly older people by and large.
Let's put it into numbers. In the local elections, the fantastic work that was done by all of the councillors and candidates in Gower, we outpolled the Tories 11,000 votes to 7,000. That's a 4,000 majority. If we can get that vote out in 3 weeks' time, we will beat the Tories and we will take back Gower.
What it's going to come down to is, are Labour's kind of newly converted, predominantly younger voters going to actually get it together and turn out on the day to vote? In Wales, more so than the UK, the polls have flipped towards Labour dramatically. And if that translates across to the Gower, well, obviously Labour would take that seat.
We have some exceptional Welsh women in Parliament, but there's always a vacancy for another one.